We're going to review the approach and process of using 6 thinking hats by Edward de Bono. He's the author of 6 Thinking Hats, and it's a book that defines an approach for teams to conduct parallel thinking. It's used for promoting focus, creativity, and productive participation. It's based on 6 metaphorical hats of specific color and purpose. They may be worn metaphorically to direct thoughts using a process in order to achieve a desired goal or outcome. By leading a team through the process of wearing and switching between the 6 hats, the team becomes more cohesive and productive rather than left alone to random thinking processes. Parallel thinking indicates that all participants wear the same color hat at the same time. So let's look at what each hat represents. The black hat considers decisions and reasonings with the careful understanding of foresight, of risk. The blue hat focuses on ensuring that thinking process is followed through action and structure. The green hat uses creativity and innovation to generate new ideas and alternatives. The red hat uses emotional and an intuitive approach of ideation based on instinct, while the white hat emphasizes factual understanding through data and information, and the yellow hat is an optimistic approach to finding value and benefits from an outcome. Some tools and techniques that might be useful. For the risk hat, the black hat, we may use fault tree analysis, a project management risk plan, a failure modes and effects analysis, or a control plan. For the process hat, the blue hat, we'll use process-related tools and techniques, an agenda, an action plan, SMART goals, ground rules. For the green hat, the creativity approach, we'll use brainstorming, nominal group technique, affinity diagram, Pew matrix to select between design options, or house of quality. For the emotions hat, the red hat, will use things like force field analysis to understand drivers and restrainers, mind mapping, pairwise comparison, brainstorming and nominal group technique. The white hat, the fact-based hat, will use basic quality tools, data collection plans, data analysis, graphical analysis. And for the yellow optimism hat, we'll use impact effort matrix, decision tree, and cause and effect diagram. So let's look at an example. A team is facilitated using 6 thinking hats to make a decision. It's a lease, buy, or build for expansion of a warehouse facility. The facilitator is well versed on 6 thinking hats technique, uses the blue process hat to manage the session, setting the tone and direction. If the thought process drifts from the intended topic and style, the facilitator applies blue hat thinking to pull back and redirect the team. The facilitator proceeds with the green creativity hat thinking to brainstorm various alternatives associated with the 3 choices. Should we lease, buy, or build? Brainstorming elements include warehouse location alternatives, square footage needed, types of storage and shelving, docking needs. There are moments of red, emotional hat thinking by some participants. They become passionate about the aesthetics of the building when considering an older, leased building versus a new building. While these are important considerations, the facilitator pauses the discussion for a blue hat moment to refocus and include aesthetics into the brainstorming considerations. The team switches to the white fact hat thinking, reviewing and analyzing data and information relevant to the decision. The team reviews short-term and long-term costs of leasing, buying, or building. Members determine when each option will be available to occupy and consider the implications such on their customers' needs. Revenue, gross margins, net profit, and cash flows are calculated based on move-in dates of each option. Impacts to the workforce are evaluated and discussed. The facilitator switches to the yellow optimism hat thinking to define the potential values and benefits resulting from the green hat brainstorming and the white hat data analysis. Then using the black risk hat thinking, the team determines potential pitfalls and mitigations from selecting any of the alternatives. By using 6 thinking hats approach, the team considers 3 alternatives in a structured, factual, emotional, risk, creative, and beneficial perspective. the team conducts a presentation of the process and results to leadership, gaining full support for their decision to buy an existing building for their warehouse needs. Just an example of walking through the 6 thinking hats. So don't forget to download your complimentary Excel toolboxes. Those can be found at valuegenerationpartners.com by selecting the downloads page. These toolboxes are available with many templates to support these types of initiatives. So please consider and investigate the alternative of using 6 thinking hats for paralleled thinking process.